Hi, I'm Anna.
And I'm Ben.
And we are AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today we're watching Death Note, episode 34. Last episode we got a really nice, dinner. It wasn't awkward at all. There was no tension.
It was the least awkward dinner between two women that have and or are dating the same man that I've ever seen.
Yes. Well, I definitely think Kiyomi high-roaded Misa a decent amount. I also I don't know why I was a little taken aback that Misa was older, revealed to be older than Kiyomi. I don't know why. That surprised me a little bit, but it did. And then at the end of the episode, we got Mikami kind of showing that he is using the Death Note to kill somebody, really a horrible person, just randomly in the middle of a bus or whatever. This man's gonna go up and just I don't know, we see it's kind of compelling sometimes Light's whole plan. When we first saw him use the Death Note, we saw these guys on motorcycles being the epitome of disgusting to another human being. And then we see it again kind of mirrored last episode. And it's in those instances, it's almost like a vigilante superhero of
Right.
Well, this needs to be stopped. But then it's taken and turned up to 20,
I think specifically for Light's first usage of the Death Note and his first instances of testing it out, they're there as a device to get you as the viewer more in the same kind of frame of mind as Light, where you can agree with him almost. If you were watching what was happening to that girl and then the girl with Mikami,
Yeah.
you would want to step in and do something. And would you have written in the Death Note maybe if that was your only way to help that person?
Yes. But we don't think Mikami actually wrote in the real Death Note, but sent a picture and name to Kiyomi to write.
I think that's my theory at the moment, that he, because it was supposed to be the plan that
Per
he
Light's
was going
direction.
to send the Death Note. And I think that it just, with the SPK member there is watching him, I don't think that would make sense if it was actually real.
I wonder if we're gonna see Mello this episode.
Where's he been at?
Yeah, I feel like we need more Nier because he's very he just picked Mikami out of a billion people like it was nothing, and all of Japan shook because of it. He the whole room was shaking when he was coming to this realization. I know that was just symbolism, but or just a visual for us, but it was really intense and kind of cool. I don't know. I like Nier.
That episode of Nier's kind of figuring out the whole usage and reason for Kiyomi, and then also figuring out Mikami, that whole sequence honestly was very compelling for that character. And I enjoyed seeing his eyes were drawn different. It was he was really focused. He was really concentrated on this this game, this mission to figure out who is the one actually writing in the Death Note. How are they connected? It was the first time it seemed like he was actually really into it.
Yeah, with a motivation other than beating Mello. Trying to fulfill this and solve this for the sake of L. We had the cool visual of them going up, right?
Yes.
As well as the Legos of all the characters that I am still hoping is an actual product I can buy in real life.
I mean, they should have made that for after the show. I feel
Honestly.
like a lot of people would buy that Lego set. But I think that perfectly sums up what
Where we're at.
last episode was. It was Misa sitting across the table from Kiyomi and Light across the skyline, basically looking at Nier, and Mello is somewhere that we cannot see him.
But one thing is sure, he is probably eating chocolate
Oh, most definitely
in the
eating
worst
chocolate.
way possible. All right, you ready?
Yes.
Sweet.
5 blank pages from the notebook. Carry on with with your judgments and
Where do you think Teru's gonna hide the current notebook?
as possible.
How is he gonna make a notebook that looks as
This decoy.
real as the real
Come
one?
on now. Delete. He's getting off the train.
He even said it out loud, like
I love
in
it.
public. Vigilance. Who has vigilance right now?
Our next order of business is to get as close as possible to Mikami.
Without
But before
dying.
something we need to be careful of.
Is that
and
a gaming system on the
is
tree?
the being known as the Shinigami.
Right after they started having these encounters, Takara got a phone call from Kira. The first thing that came to my mind was that they'd be able to communicate secretly by writing messages.
Obviously.
Everything checks out in here.
Huh? Why does Light care so much about checking for cameras and wiretaps? Something just doesn't add up.
Because they benefit him.
If they really are writing notes to
Is
each
he gonna
other,
count the number
there's
of
only one way
pages?
to prove it.
I love how Aizawa's smart. You know, like how he's actually doing
Work.
work.
Whoa. Oh boy. Let's go now. Matsuda, is there something?
This is the drama TV he wanted.
Told me that she's planning to announce her engagement to you during her appearance at the Pop Music Festival.
Lights in the dark.
Why are women like this?
Jesus.
Nothing, you say?
She was in charge of killing before tea. Somehow she gained the same power as I had and found out that I was Kira. I had no choice but to take her as my partner.
Wow.
It's the only reason I would ever choose such an impulsive girl.
Honestly.
Light had no choice with Misa.
But
He chose me specially to help him.
Mm-hmm.
You're the only one for me.
You're the only one for me? Is that supposed to be serious?
I mean, that's a pretty cheesy line, especially for Light. So which one do you think you'll pick? Amani or Takada?
Will you two shut up?
They're very invested in this reality TV.
yeah. I am too, to be honest.
But I just can't help but wonder, will the day ever come when you and I can be together? I can't help but hate Kira for choosing you as a spokesperson because it keeps us apart. We have the right to lead happy lives, don't we?
Yes, I want to be happy together with you.
Writing her script for her.
Kira should be arrested. If you and I are ever going to have a chance at being happy together, Kira needs to be caught.
All right.
They're gonna think now that she's on their side.
And they are 100% going to try to arrest Mikami with his death note.
If cooperating with you means that we can be together, then I'm prepared to make that sacrifice, Light.
What a turnaround! Just like you'd expect from our guy.
He was too far away for me to pick up his voice, but I recorded video of his lips moving. This is it right here. He's saying something.
Show it to us one more time in slow motion.
Gonna read his lips?
Ooh, that'd be good.
Oh, you saw the paper move?
Mm-hmm.
Is that you, Shinigami? Is what he said.
At this point, he talks to himself a little more. I'm gonna zoom in on
Can
his
he
lips.
not see anymore?
Enhance.
That Shinigami handed me the notebook. He hasn't reappeared.
Thanks for all your
If
hard work.
Aizawa catches this, that's massive, you know?
Booking the hotel and checking out every time.
I mean, he'd be smart to bring his own notepad.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's gone.
He swapped out the notepads.
I left 4 marks. 2 of them are gone.
Is he calling?
Yeah, that's
Aizawa's
big
calling them?
information,
Yes.
dude.
You want to meet and talk with Nier in person?
Make sure he
Mr.
isn't Kira.
Aizawa, it's been a while.
He doesn't have any weapons or cameras on him.
In that case, you're free to take off your blindfold.
What's his reaction gonna be?
He's gonna remind him of Elle, right?
Near. Elle has been meeting Takada almost every single night.
I know.
What? They are passing notes to each other. I confirmed it.
Please don't take any unnecessary actions on your own.
Unnecessary actions.
I must corner him in a dead end with a plan that would guarantee his defeat. You and the rest of the task force are already out of the picture. In fact, I've already taken it into account as part of my plan.
Even accounting for the burn. That's awesome.
And after that, I want you to be a witness to the end of Kira.
What, stand on trial? Testify against Light?
Probably. It could have been literal, like a witness, bringing a witness to the stand.
Yeah.
I'm your host for this evening, Kiyomi Takada. We hope you all enjoy the show.
Joey Wheeler in the background.
The pop music festival's about to begin. Mums, she's the opening act this year. We gotta cheer her on.
She's gonna announce her engagement now.
Pardon me. We're from the SPK. We'll need you to come with us.
Before we continue, I'm afraid I must apologize on behalf of the
Is it to
staff of
keep her from
NHN.
ruining
It's very unfortunate,
the show?
but it seems that this year's opening act, Miss Misa Amane, has not entered the concert hall yet.
Is this a surprise for Light as well?
I think so. I mean, this is Nier's guy, you know?
That was a great help. Thank you, Mr. Mogi.
I probably would have resisted if I hadn't listened to what Aizawa told me about it. After hearing about the notepads.
Wow, he told him.
Nier,
Yes? What is it, El?
we have a problem. Mogi and Misa Amane have gone missing.
I was the one who took them into custody.
Oh my god.
He what? For what reason?
Just in case.
What is this?
Like a marble contraption?
Kidnapping is a blatant criminal act.
Mr. Mogi and Amane both came here willingly. You can even ask them yourself.
Mogi, Misa, this is El speaking. He said that you both agreed to it. Is that true?
It is. Mogi.
Actually, I was against the whole thing, but Mochi said it would be best if I just went along quietly. He told me we would have both been killed if I didn't.
So now I've removed Misa Amane, the one who might be the second Kira from the equation. Light Yagami, I'm sure the significance of this move isn't lost on you.
But she's technically not.
It's still a piece that he's removed from Light's potential repertoire, right?
It's my turn.
Ooh, what are you gonna do?
Try to do something with
You gonna
Teru, right?
work out?
Become gym buddies?
Yeah. That's
Looking
his
pretty
in.
swole, dude.
I'm always gonna check his locker to see if the notebook's there.
A little less exciting.
Yeah. I was ready for a working out montage. Lockpicking.
Giovanni, would it be possible for you to touch the notebook on the 31st at the gym?
So he can see the Shinigami.
Yes. I've already done a thorough check of the
But it's not going to be the real notebook.
If there is a Shinigami with him, there's a distinct possibility that I will die, isn't there?
Yes. I can have Rester do it if you're too scared.
Dang.
No, I understand.
Lockpicking with just one pick. That's
Isn't that
crazy to
I
me.
don't know how you lockpick.
If there's a Shinigami around, no. If there was one, I'd be dead.
I'm scared.
Nothing should happen, right?
Whew.
Sir, I've succeeded in touching the notebook.
Commander Rester, please connect me with Mr. Mogi for a moment.
Do you think Nier knows Light's one step ahead or has a suspicion?
According to your investigation and the rules of the notebook, how long can a person be controlled before their death?
Based on the data we got from Yotsuba's experiments, it's 23 days.
That means I need to confront El in exactly 24 days.
I never imagined that Miss Amane would go missing.
Give T an order to contact you and let you know as soon as he's confirmed everything. I want you to send me a text message or call me with a
They should make the
message.
notes
I want to
shorter
see you
so
as
the
soon as
pauses are shorter so it's less suspicious. Just saying.
Photographs.
Yes, I want to see exactly what he wrote in the notebook.
Interesting.
I want to see the pattern in how Mikami writes, if there are any habits, and what kind of notebook it is.
Do you think he'd be able to tell the difference between his writing and Light's? Well, no, because he rewrote the whole thing himself, right? He would have to find a pattern in the people and the individuals.
They're gonna be able to tell that
do you
it's
think,
not
Nier?
Light's writing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Giovanni has done an excellent job. With this, we can do it.
Ah.
You could put him on trial for it, maybe? No. Because then you can't prove...
You can't
If-
prove
especially-
Light is Kira right now.
You can't, and you can't necessarily prove Mikami is if this book no longer works because he already, you know, made a fake one and then wrote all the names in it. Because it could just be a super fan writing all the names and information, pretending they're Kira.
Minus the death that we saw on the bus, which would have been just like way too suspicious timing, you know?
But then they would remember that he took a picture and texted.
Maybe.
So they might think that he's in contact, but he's a decoy.
Maybe. There's a possibility that this is like a checkmate, like in chess, like when you checkmate the opponent, they can't move and the game's over. But if they did move, they'd be taken out, right? Mm-hmm. So if Mikami is taken off the board here, and they have, quote unquote, 100% proof that Mikami was Kira, and then Kira starts killing again, then it would be confirmed to be Light, seemingly, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe. I don't know. Misa's off the table. Mikami could potentially be off the table in a second.
I keep waiting for Mikami to be, like, disposed of, I guess. But, I mean, Light's obviously not done with him. But as soon as, like, it got brought up that he should send pages and stuff to Kiyomi and he should stop, you know, like, once the pages arrive, then I was like, okay, is he disposable now? Is that, like, a safety measure? But I guess Light's not done with him yet.
Yeah, I'm not, Light isn't completely backed into a corner, but this is one of the times that he's been most, like, he doesn't really have the control that he, like, ever really has of the task force members. Like, this is so much doubt that each one of them has at this point, every one of them, that all he has is himself, Mikami, and Kiyomi.
Yeah.
That's it. Which is
he doesn't really have anyone believing he's innocent at this moment. I mean, except maybe brainwashed Misa.
Yeah.
Believes he's actually investigating Kira as L.
Yeah. But Misa's taken off the table.
Yeah. Which is kind of like, in a way, it's more of a move to just make sure that it's a just in case move.
Yeah.
Because obviously we know that Misa no longer has a Shinigami, is no longer writing in a notebook, and doesn't have the memories of it.
Yeah. But
it's still a just in case good measure just to get her out of the picture. It didn't seem like Kiyomi was, like, super duper surprised by it.
Yeah.
And my thinking about it is because obviously one of the SPK agents was her bodyguard. So maybe she was told by the bodyguard that this was going to happen.
Yeah, in, like, a non-discreet, like, a non-suspicious way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hey, just, you're about to go on stage.
Classic Misa.
Misa won't be there.
Yeah, because she's petty or whatever. Like, make up a lie. It's interesting, man. It's, like, Light right off, like, at the start of the series, when you're anonymous somewhat, even if, like, they know your general location in the world, you only really have yourself to worry about. And you have a pretty, like, big gap in between where you are and how close you are to being caught. But, like, there's so many factors at this point. There's so many, like people in play that have been close to you and have a record of what you've done and said for the past, like, however long, to at least some extent, that being the task force and Misa, that you're not only, like, you don't only have yourself to worry about. There's so many different lies to think of, so many different factors to keep track of.
Like, I remember when Misa was first introduced, and we were like, wow, a liability.
Yeah.
His first kind of person he has to make sure doesn't mess this up for him.
Yeah.
And now it's like, he has active players, he has reserve players, he has retired players.
Yeah. The retired players thing is like being Misa, like it's like, of course he wouldn't kill her right now because that could be suspicious, but she's literally not like doing anything to benefit his presence right now, right?
Right. So I feel like he could just break up with her.
Yeah. Or just like not even worry about her. I'm so interested. Like Nier was filing down Mello to maybe suggest like that he's not like Nier's like winning or whatever in some sense, but like they keep bringing Mello up very clearly, and I'm like, how wasn't he in this episode? What is he doing? Like
he
what
has to be doing something that we're gonna see later on, either in flashback or some other situation.
Yeah, there's no way like the series ends without us seeing Mello again.
The last time we saw him doing anything was wiretapping in Misa's place.
Yeah.
But that came up with nothing because Misa already was brainwashed. Or not brainwashed. Brain no more.
Brain wiped.
Brain wiped, yeah. I mean, that's basically the same thing as brainwashed, right?
I guess.
Washed and wiped.
I don't know, man. I'm glad that Aizawa got to see Nier. That was cool. I wonder if like what you said, I wonder if he immediately thought of L. You know?
Mm-hmm. It seems like there's only one person in a dangerous situation at the moment.
These aren't Legos, sorry. These are different figures altogether.
They
yes.
used to be Legos, but it seems like he has upgraded.
Yes.
To more more accurate dolls. But you know, whatever helps him figure it out.
What do you think Ryuk's doing right now?
No clue.
Yeah?
I don't know. He's eating apples somewhere. I mean, like, it's the question. Remember, all of those episodes of Light not having his memories. I was like, I feel like Ryuk's just kind of like watching things. He's just enjoying this like it's TV. He's not involved, but he's watching. He definitely is curious about everything that's going on.
Yeah.
He could be skipping around to different pieces of the puzzle, watching what they're doing.
I like that Aizawa, even though Nier's like, dude, don't worry about it. Don't go doing that stuff anymore. I personally enjoy that Aizawa is still like suspicious, has a hunch, and is proving his hunch correct because it makes me like, I appreciate the ladder of intelligence in the show. It's not just smart and dumb. Like there's like different like degrees of how smart an individual is, and it's cool to see that Aizawa is a really smart dude still. Like he's not god tier or anything, but like he's not L tier, you know.
He's not like crazy genius.
But he's still like diligent and he's cool.
He's obviously a good detective. If the Death Note wasn't a thing and this was all very human, Aizawa would be a great detective.
Yeah, and I mean, like, sure, Nier, I guess, seemingly didn't need this information here, but this is a win for Aizawa against Light, and that's cool. You know, like, he did something that Light did not catch.
Yeah, and he was brave.
Yeah.
He went... He's been calling, and now he's appeared, and he's tested something, and it could have totally backfired on him if Light had realized that some of the notepads had been marked. You know, it could have backfired on him, like, oh, are you guys still suspicious of me or something? So yeah, it was brave.
I guess my last question is Christmas tree ornaments. Are these real or fake electronics? Are they just ornaments? Is that a real Tamagotchi?
Are the items on the tree the actual presents instead of them being wrapped?
I don't know. That'd be a cool way to decorate our tree, though.
Yeah.
Next Christmas.
And then you walk in, you see everything you got.
No, even if it wasn't presents.
Oh.
Like, just, like, hang up, like, a Nintendo Switch. Like, just be, like, on, like, the side of it, you know?
Perfect decoration.
Cool. It'd be awesome. Man. I wonder if Mikami's done next episode, you know? Or, like, if, like, he's arrested or what they do with this information.
I'm wondering if Light would actually be romantically interested in Kiyomi. If she is being the goddess of Kira's goddess, basically. Because he never, like, took the romantic step with Misa, and I'm wondering if he not only is happy to be using her for this because of her intelligence and her dedication and the position she was already put in before Light got involved, and if he would actually romantically pursue her for real, if he was actually interested in her. That's what I'm wondering.
I wouldn't think, because I feel like his own...
Is he even capable of that?
I feel like he thinks that the mission of Kira and stuff is so above, like, humanity emotions or humanistic emotions, like a relationship. That being said, Kiyomi is the one that he chose. He did not choose Misa, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just used her.
Misa.
I wanted to see her perform.
It was like a music performance, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to know what we saw Misa sing that one creepy song as she was walking. And I was really interested in seeing what her pop music... I
wonder if she wrote any songs about Light.
Oh, it would have been a love song.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wish we could.
You're the apple of my eye. Then like Ryuk's eyes widen.
I want wings or something.
Yeah.
Like they could, like about they're like both like angels or something.
Yeah. All right, that's all I have you.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.